Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? This is Sheila Pinkard of Garland, Texas. And I'm so excited to be here this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be on these calls. And this Wednesday night call is just so informative. We are all over the top excited when we leave these Wednesday night calls. Can't hardly go to sleep. But anyway, I'm very excited to be here today. I've been in the industry since 1997. And it's just so amazing to be a part of such a refreshing company, a company like One Marketplace, Seaforth One Marketplace. It is fun, it's exciting. I have met so many amazing people in this company, and I absolutely love it. I'm building an incredible team of people. Why? Because of the concept. It is so different. And again, it's exciting and it's amazing. I am currently going up the ladder of success, and my goal is to be diamond before the end of the year. Yes, before the end of the year. In fact, that would be my birthday present to myself. Okay? So, moving along. I am so pleased to have the honor to introduce Mr. Mark Seaforth. I'm so grateful that he had the desire and the knowledge and the courage to create a company as Seaforth and One Marketplace. So I'd like to introduce to some and present to others the founder of this amazing company, Mr. Mark Seaforth. Mr. Seaforth, I turn the call over to you.
Thank you, Sheila, for that very kind introduction. Much appreciated. And by the way, I love your ambition and your goal of becoming a diamond by Christmas time. That's pretty amazing. That's working pretty hard. But guess what? With tonight's call, you're going to see a rank up promotion that's going to make it possible not only for you, but for a lot of others as well. So with that said, let's get into tonight's call. We've got a lot to share. Welcome to Seaforth and One Marketplace, the future of shopping. I'm your founder and CEO, Mark Seaforth. Got a great presentation for you tonight, so let's just jump in. I love these things because we've got so much happening right now with One Marketplace, and it's just not slowing down. It's just more and more every day. So our agenda for tonight's call, we're going to give you some updates and some information on what's going on with a lot of the things we've been working on nonstop. We're going to talk about shopping commissions tonight. That's really important. Matter of fact, that's going to be your biggest income earning potential is going to come from shopping. We're going to talk about this rank up campaign. Everybody's going to love that, and a few closing thoughts at the end. So let's start with some of the updates. PFPB success. Guys, a lot of you for the first time went out and purchased the PFPB through the store. And that campaign was a great success. It's over now. And I will tell you this, this to me is one of the greatest products that I've ever been involved with. I believe it's the most ultimate wellness drink that's ever been developed. I know the difference myself. And I say this with just with so much passion and excitement, because when I was in Europe, I didn't have my product and I felt terrible and miserable, and it just couldn't get any worse. I came back home. I've been home for 2.5 weeks. Guess what's happened? All of a sudden, I'm losing weight again. I'm feeling better. I'm getting better muscle tone. My skin tone's coming back. My cognitive functions are getting more clear. I mean, I love the mental side of this. When you're taking this product, you just have so much clarity in everything that you're doing, and I just love it. I mean, I just tell everybody, please try this product, and there's no reason not to. Because it literally does. Think about it. If it can save you more than you spend, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's the ultimate wellness drink. It's not just about losing weight. It's the ultimate wellness drink, and you've got to take advantage of it. It's just too good. And again, once that happens, it's something you're going to share with everybody you come in contact with. So again, thank you for that great success on the PFPB campaign. Next thing I want to cover, the Aquafil. Most of you, or not all of you, but a lot of people have that as a subscription. That product's going to be no longer available, but here's the good news. We're going to replace that with a better product. It's actually the night cream, which has retinol and some other very, very amazing and very scientific, and it's the types of ingredients to just make the product work much more efficiently. And here's the good news. you're going to get it for the same price. We're not going to increase the price. The supplier manufacturer, since they're not going to be able to do the Aquafil anymore, has agreed to honor that same price we have on the Aquafil. So now you'll start seeing it for those that are on subscription with this particular product. You'll start seeing that in the coming weeks. Finally, holidays approaching. This is the best time of the year for all of us, at least for me. I just love the holidays. I love everything about the holidays. I can be with family, with friends. And one of the great things that happens during the holidays season, you come in contact with a lot of people. And the timing couldn't be better for what we're getting ready to do here at One Marketplace, because the official launch happens in February in Orlando. That's going to be our actual official launch event. But between now and then, you get a chance to be around a lot of people. Share the message of One Marketplace. I mean, it's a simple message. It's about shopping. It's about saving money. It's about making money and doing it easily. So again, take advantage of this holiday season and talk with as many people as you can, because you're laying the foundation for something spectacular. And when I show you the stuff tonight we're going to look at, I think you're going to realize why this is so important, this timing and this period that you have right now to take advantage of, because it only happens once. So let's first start by talking a little bit about the Smart Shopper commissions. We talked about this last week a little bit. And this is on every Smart Shopper that signs up. This is what happens. This is what's being paid out of each community pod. So, for example, now with the new, the way we're paying the commissions, you make 50% of every commission that you set up. In other words, when you set somebody up, think about this. It's a $15 membership, right? So you're going to be making $3.38 off every membership every month for life on everybody you personally set up. Plus, what have you done? You've started a pod, which is the most important thing. And so obviously these memberships pay throughout all your pods. So as your pod starts to grow, look at the kind of income you're making. And this is just off of, again, from everybody having the one membership. And so you can see as a pod fills, just one pod, that's over $1,000 a month just from the Smart Shopper commission that you make from their membership. That's every month for life. Now, obviously, that's just Smart Shopper. So what happens if you have Smart Shopper Pros? Much bigger number. Now you can see that as your pod fills, and again, this is based on one pod, look at the income they're making. That's over $3,000 a month from your Smart Shopper Pro. And that's from one pod, ladies and gentlemen, one. Most of you out there have got 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of you have got 50 of them that you started. And look at the kind of money you're going to make, too, in the early rings. This is where you start really making a lot of money, is that first person you sign up. And that's a lot. And that's on every person that comes in as a Smart Shopper Pro. Now, here's the exciting part, too. I'm just showing the money that you're making from One Marketplace. But you're also making even more on the Smart Shopper Pro membership over in Seaforth. Because remember, it pays over there as well. And over there, it's paid through our 10 ways to earn. So imagine this. You're looking at this kind of income from one Smart Shopper Pro, right? One, okay? And what starts to develop as everybody starts to become Smart Shopper Pros. But you're not only just making it here at One Marketplace, these numbers, but you're also making it over at Seaforth. Now, that's pretty exciting. But here's where it gets even, to me, even wilder. Because I've said all along, what you make from these memberships is nothing compared to what you're going to make from people shopping. And let's take a look at this. Now, again, I'm going to go through this kind of step by step, because this is real important for everybody to really grasp just how big this is going to be. So when somebody goes in and makes one purchase, okay, we're talking, this is an example of one purchase now. It happens to be the PFPB. It creates $50 in DC from the store. Okay, they make a store purchase. That's $50 in DC. Well, 80% of that money, of that $50, 80% of it goes into the community pods, which is $40, right? The other 15% goes to the Pro Performance Pool, and 5% goes to the loyalty bonds. That's the only way you make money here at One Marketplace, through one of these three mechanisms, right? But look at the income you're going to make from just that one purchase. You yourself personally, when you set somebody up and they purchase something from the store, and this is not just once, this is every product they ever purchased for life. So if you just had one person, just that one purchase, that one time, you're going to make $10 off that purchase. That's not bad. But imagine when you have hundreds of people doing this. And by the way, this doesn't even count the free shoppers. Because that's one of the things that's going to happen is most people, for every time they have one smart shopper, don't be surprised if they have 5 or 10 free shoppers and you're making the same kind of income from them as well. Now, this is where it gets a little scary. This is just showing one product, right? So let's look at what happens when this is going on an ongoing basis. Now, again, this is where the numbers start getting really wild. This is based on every member, like in your pods, okay, doing about 100 DC a month. Now, that might sound like a lot, but remember, when we get to the point that we've got thousands and thousands and thousands of products, and people have got smart shoppers they've got to spend, this becomes very realistic. As a matter of fact, it might end up being very conservative one day. Because as we add more and more products and people are earning more and more smart dollars, they've got to spend more and more back into their community pods. But look at the income you're looking at here. This is one pod. This is one pod, and the income's over $12,000 a month. One pod. What happens if you had 10 pods, or 15, or 20, or 50, or 100, or whatever you want? And as a matter of fact, if you can't go out and get 100 pods started, I mean, it's just because you're not trying it. Because there's no limit to what you can do and how fast you can do this. The only thing that really matters for all of you on this call tonight, it's when you do it. I mean, everybody can do it, but it's when you do it, because you have the advantage of doing it now, which means all your community pods start very, very close to the very beginning, right? Because we don't have that many rings that are filled. But as we get more and more rings, it gets farther and farther away. I mean, it will still grow probably at the same pace, but it's just the opportunity is so much bigger during the first year or two. It's just big because nobody's heard of us. Nobody knows what's going on. We're going to be taking this thing throughout the world. Every time somebody sees it in another city, another state, another country, they're going to be going, what is this? And look at the dollars we're talking about. That's $12,000 a month from one pod. But look how much money went into the performance pools. From this one pod, from that one bit of purchasing from each member, that created over $30,000 into the pro performance pools. Now, again, this is just on one pod. We're not talking about hundreds of pods or thousands of pods. We're talking about one. And look at the loyalty pods. So this is big money. And it's all based around what? Shopping. And that's where I get excited, because I know what kind of shopping portal we're building here. We're going to be building a shopping portal that everybody's going to want to come shop. But the difference is, instead of one man, Bezos, getting rich, you're all going to get wealthy. And that's the way it should be. That's what I want it to be. And there's no reason we can't do it here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I hope this kind of sinks into how big this can be for you, because when you start combining the shopping with the membership income, and then, of course, the membership money you're making over in Seaforth, just automatically because they're a Smart Shopper Pro, it's pretty exciting. So with that being said, let's move on. I got one more big thing to share with you tonight, and that's our Rank Up campaign. This is in effect starting right now, tonight, okay? That means anybody that's on this call, you go to work under this program, you've got October and November to make it happen. During that, about a 6-week period, what's going to happen is if you get 2 Smart Shopper Pros, think how simple this is. You get 2 Smart Shopper Pros, you get 1 full rank up. In other words, that means if you're at silver right now and you get 2 Smart Shopper Pros, you're going to be now at gold. And again, all the way up. If there's no limitation. Now, that's just 1 rank up. What happens, if you're at, say, bronze, you're very little, just getting started, you're at bronze, and you get 4 Smart Shopper Pros. Well, you go from bronze to gold. You jump 2 ranks. So you have the ability with 4 Smart Shopper Pros to jump 2 ranks. Now, why is that important? Money. Okay, that means you qualify to be in those pools and to share in the money that goes into those pools. And of course, these rank up pools are in Seaforth. This isn't the pro performance pools in one marketplace. This is the Smart Shopper Pro money that's in Seaforth. That's what's so amazing about this, ladies and gentlemen. Think that you've got these 2 income streams. You don't even have to understand how they work. They just happen automatically. So when you have the Smart Shopper Pro, you're making money over in Seaforth. Now you're going to have this rank up where you can make more in those performance pools. You have the performance pools over here in one marketplace. You're making money for them. You're making money for your pods. You're making money for your loyalty bonus. It just goes on and on and on. But this is so simple. It's so easy for everybody to do. Now, here's kind of the fun part. If you hit one of these ranks, guess what? You get the title forever. So if you end up being a diamond, like Sheila was talking about, and she jumps up 2 ranks and hits diamond, she keeps that title forever. You're going to always be recognized as a diamond, whatever we do, wherever we go, with all our events, with everything that's happening. Now, you don't get the pay. You only get the pay until our official launch of One Marketplace in February in Orlando. Now, that means that if you qualify in October, November, these ranks, you jump 2 ranks, then you get that money for November. And of course, the money was generated from October, December, January, February, and then it'll end there. But you keep the title. So that's not bad. So that would be a nice Christmas bonus for everybody. And all you have to do is rank up. And by the way, if let's say, for example, you meet the qualifications for silver, all right, you actually hit the qualification for silver, and you just get 2 more Smart Shoppers, well, then you still get the rank up because you qualified under the old program for silver, but then since you got the 2 Smart Shoppers, you automatically will get ranked up to gold. And it's the same thing all the way through. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like that. I think it's going to be a great promotion for everybody during October and November. Go out there and make it happen. There's no reason you can't. With that, let me give you a few closing thoughts here as we conclude tonight's Zoom presentation. You know, if you look back over the last few months, every week there's something new that's being introduced. It's not like we go week after week and nothing's happened. There's nothing new. Nothing's changing. I mean, when you look at how fast this thing is evolving over the last 2 or 3 months, it's amazing. I mean, we're moving at a hyper speed. And that's exciting because what that means is we've been able to show everybody that's on this call that when we say something, we deliver. We do it. We make it happen. What does that mean? That means going down the road, when I start talking about this unbelievable shopping portal we're going to have here at One Marketplace, and I'm talking about one day with hundreds of thousands of products, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to become a reality. And because of the position everybody that's on this call now holds, if you're out there building and putting in Smart Shoppers, which means you're starting community pods, you've set yourself up for a life-changing, I mean a life-changing income. And it's something that's going to be permanent. So again, you're on a 3-year retirement program right now with One Marketplace. If you go out and start building and really working hard now with some faith and conviction and some enthusiasm and excitement, because you have to have all those things. We'll give you all the tools, but still it comes from you. And when I talk to somebody, they know I'm serious about it. I tell them I think this is the greatest opportunity anybody's ever going to have put placed in their hands. Because I don't know any place else you could come into a company, take no risk, financial risk, and end up being in a position to retire wealthy in 3 years. Where can you do that? Now, you have to work. It's not a freebie. It's not just sign up and you're going to, but if you go out and work, but the work is easy because all you're doing is introducing somebody to be a Smart Shopper or Smart Shopper Pro. And a Smart Shopper, it's free. We're paying them to join. How simple is that? We'll pay you to join, to be here, and to see for yourself what we're offering. That's the same message they're going to be delivering. And guess what that's going to do? That's going to create growth and growth and growth and growth and more growth. And so again, you have the opportunity, but it's up to you what you do with it. So with that, I'll say good night. I'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.